Hello and welcome back to another VOD review. Today we're going to be doing another VOD review of Jormungand, a 2300 tank player. So let's hop right in and see how they do. Okay, your Mei just instantly dies. So good decision there to start to drop and start backing up. Good use of the hard cover. I don't know why your BAP lamped. That's not necessary. Also, your Bastion is in the process of getting knocked off the map. So yeah, there's no advice I can give you for bad teammates, but your Bastion was holding here, like he was in turret form here, which is like, I don't know, he's actually just brain dead. There's literally no reason why you should be holding there. You could be holding on the high ground here, or you could be with your Rein. You can be right here. You can be on this corner. You know, you can be back here. You know, yeah. So he's feeding. Your BAP's done. So you already lost, and your Mei is dead. So you're gonna lose this fight. You should have counterpinned there. You could have counterpinned. It wouldn't have made a difference. You still lost, but just one little nitpick. Okay, so you lost first point. Moving on. And your Mei staggering herself. Yeah, so I get that. Okay, so I know that in the comment that you requested this VOD review in, you said that you felt like you had to play Rein because one of your teammates went Bastion. Well, I think that's a commendable attitude to have as a tank player. At this SR, it's probably not even worth it to do that and play around your DPS, just because they're going to be so bad that you're not going to get value out of it. So for example, right, your Bastion didn't get any value last fight. He basically fed. And look, if you look at his positioning now, already something is like extremely wrong with this picture. Like, he should be set up here. And like if he was set up here, I wouldn't mind you standing in front of him with the shield. But as it stands, it's extremely obvious just from the first fight and this fight that he has no clue how to play Bastion. So I would just switch to Zarya and just do my own thing here. And you can play Zarya Hog, by the way. That's perfectly fine. That's meta. At this Zarya, I mean, honestly, anything is meta. You can make anything work. Point B here, vertical mobility is nice because you really have to control this high ground a bit. So Monkey, Ball, Diva, all those are good options. Or you could play Zarya and Sigma and just stay up here and shoot down. Ryan has a really tough time here because, yeah, his point B, Blizzard World, you just cannot play Ryan because, so you hold corners as Ryan, right? The thing is, there's no corners here, so I guess like this is the only one you can hold. This spot is terrible to hold because it's not really like a 90-degree corner, so you can't really back up that quickly. You still take shots doing it. And also, this stupid lamppost thing actually is really annoying. It has lost me so many games. Yeah, you can't really, there's nowhere to really hold on Ryan. You can hold this choke if you guys were moved up in position to do that, but you're not, so yeah, and then you can hold high ground, and like if they push up that way, you can hold that. That would be okay for Ryan. But if they decide to just push the cart, then there's nothing you can do except drop. And the first time that you'll be able to drop is right here. from here to here, and that gives them so much free cart push. As you can see, they can already push it halfway to the point, to the second point. Yeah, so this, I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if the Bastion can actually aim at least, because his positioning is terrible. Yeah, like this kind of moment, downtime between fights, I would tell the Bastion, hey, let's take high ground. And then I would come up here. If you're gonna play with the Bastion. If you're not gonna communicate with the Bastion, there's no point playing him, playing a tank that, like playing Rein here. Okay, the Bastion's just getting some kills, I guess. The ball is not really, he got slept, so that's your Ana. That's your Ana's kill, but the Hanzo just fed. Okay. So you're kind of holding at the corner that I described. By the way, you should block those pile drives for ball. If you just shield in the direction he's coming down in, you block it. Wait, how did that not hit? What the hell? Okay, I think he jumped the last second before he froze, and that was like just high enough to get out of the pin, I think. That's dumb. That should have pinned him. But yeah, unfortunately, going for the that's rough. Going for the pin, I understand, but it let the other Rein shatter your whole team here. So that's gonna be a loss. Okay, that's a huge counter shatter. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. Let's see. Let's see if that shatter was a mistake. Okay, so you technically could have reacted to see that your Bastion died in time. You already were in hammer animation when Bap died, so that's not really your fault. Yeah, I don't think it's a terrible call. I probably would have done the same thing. Just cause if you land a really big shatter like this, you can just completely turn the momentum of the fight. It's just one of those things where two of your team happen to die while you were doing it, so it doesn't matter in the end. Okay, so next fight. Here you need to call for your team to get out or die. So you lost 3 people relatively quickly. The other 3 need to actually just die right now. Like, just jump onto the cart to like slow its progress and force them to kill you quickly. Or they need to get out. So your Ana can get out, your main needs to die. Your main needs to just jump in and die. If your Mei gets staggered here, you lose point B for no reason whatsoever. And your Ana gets caught. That's so unfortunate. Wait, she slipped the ball, she's out. What the hell? Why did it take you guys so long to come back out of spawn? What? There's no way. That's so contestable. Are people just like sitting in spawn? Oh, that's so... Yeah, what happened? That should be contestable.
This is not over.
Yeah, you guys are walking. Mei's still up somehow. Okay, so if your Mei survives like that, she needs to contest this. That's really unfortunate. I thought you would have enough time to come back out of spawn and contest, but I guess not. Yeah, your Mei tried, but she didn't touch it. So okay, so here, this is a mistake, by the way. If you can't contest that, you guys need to go back this way and get out. If you go this way, they will call, like, look at their positioning here. They're all on high ground. There's a ball like, yeah, you guys are gonna get caught out. So, even yeah. And your hawk didn't retreat with you guys, so he's gonna get caught. Okay, they actually used Doomfist ult and bed. Okay, nice charge to kill the Doomfist there. Good timing. Again, you can stop the pile drives by just shielding them off. Okay, but you withstood that. Yeah, and actually, I thought your BAP was gonna die in that, but he didn't somehow. That's like a miracle that he didn't die. What the hell? Oh, he got out like a millisecond before the mines turned on. Yeah, so like here, if you turn around and block that slam. Yeah, also that ball fucked up, by the way. He should have mined and pile drived, and then he would have killed he would have killed all of you, likely. Yeah, if you turn around and block that, I think the BAP is still gonna get hit, but the Mei you could have blocked it for her, and the Bastion. Although Bastion doesn't get booped up, he just takes the damage. Also, if you're like in the middle of the minefield before the mines activate, you can do like a 360 swing and you can kill like almost all the mines, by the way. Yeah, instead of taking all the shots in the shield instead. Okay, so nano boosting your Bastion is a mistake because your BAP has window. This is a much better ult to use for the Bastion, and then you need to save nano for the Rhine or the Hog. I don't think they're even gonna get any value out of it because no one's coming in. So your Ana is bad. This is why I find it harder and harder to give VOD reviews the lower the SR goes, because the teams are just so bad. There's only so much advice I can give for the actual. Okay, that's a bad charge. So probably the first big mistake I spotted on Ryan was you charging there. Okay, and then this is a mistake. This is target prioritization issue, like I described in your last VOD review. I think you were thinking, like I saw you look back at the Blizzard and then back, and then you decided to go for the Rhine. And then I think you're thinking that because the Blizzard has zoned everyone off, you can then turn around to kill the Reinhardt here. Okay, let's see what exactly happened this fight. The dragon actually was really good by the Hanzo. Also, that lamp does absolutely nothing. There's no one in danger there. We need to not be in here. The positioning from your teammates is just so bad. That's a bad charge. If you'd just been up shielding your Bastion here, I think it would have actually had more value, oddly enough. He's gonna get charged. Yeah, because you didn't have the charge to block his charge. So remember, every time you charge in a Rhine v Rhine, if you charge and you miss, you're basically then saying to the other Reinhardt, okay, you now get a free charge off on any target. Your Hog's losing a 1v1 to a McCree while he's ulting, so that's... Yeah, and your Bash is dead. Your Maze eats another Hanzo arrow as she dies. Yeah, I guess there aren't really any targets for you. Like, you can't get Hanzo, you can't get Moira, so you turn around for Rhine. The problem is... Okay, I don't think that's bad target prioritization. I take that back. I'm sorry. There's nothing you could have done other than go for the Rein here. The issue, though, is that your supports, for some reason, are, like, moving forward into a Hanzo and 2 supports while looking at you. Like, if your supports had gone this way, or, like, been over here, this would be fine. Yeah, the Hanzo's not gonna start killing your supports now. Yeah, and you get the Rhine, but your Bap's dead now. Your Ana's gonna die now. Oh, and they even res the Rhine, so all your work has been undone. That's unfortunate. Your team's positioning is really bad. I guess the only advice I could give you in that regard is to calm. Like, if you think you have better positioning ideas, to get in voice and tell them. Because honestly, I don't know. Your team is just kind of just inting. Wait, what the hell? Oh, by the way, this right here is also this is okay. So at lower SR, I see this so many times. And by lower, I mean like lower than Masters. Like even in Diamond, this is relatively common. Is that people just don't understand the objectives, right? So Overwatch is an objective-based game. It's not team deathmatch, so kills don't actually matter. Other than the only reason kills matter is that it frees up space for you to then take the objective, right? So that's why kills matter in Overwatch. So what? So when you're oh man, that's just unfortunate. He wasn't even that overextended, really. He was overextended, but yeah, you just have to be careful. This Hanzo has pretty much won them this attack round by getting all these early picks. Like, he picked your Mei first fight. He picked your Mei again right here when she blizzarded. And then now he picked your Kree with the random headshots. So they just need to learn to use cover better, obviously. Yeah, because they're just walking in straight lines in front of a Hanzo, just dinking them in the head. Okay, but in any case, here, your Orisa walking forward should not have happened, okay? So, Kree dying is really unfortunate. So, you should have, even, I think Kree dying could have been avoided. When you returned to spawn, when you got out from fighting that ball, you needed to call for everyone to regroup and spawn. Why? Because look where the card is, right? They still have to push it all the way over here. That's about 15 seconds that you have, right? So you don't have to be fighting until you, like, you want to spend that time regrouping your team. You don't want to just be going in 1v6, 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 1v6 as you spawn. So if you'd grouped up and spawn here, and that looks like if that Kree was just waiting right here, or like inside spawn, that's Kree 2, 3, 4. Bap just spawned 5. And I think Ana's just about to spawn. Yeah, Ana's back. 6. And your Orisa dies now. So you guys are getting staggered, right? And you need to, hopefully you realize this at the time. But if you didn't realize it now, that is that you guys are getting hard staggered. So look what the card is. All 6 of you would be alive here, right? If you just all just waited and spawned to group up. And you even have Rein Orisa Bastion now with a BAP. Like, this is a bunk comp that can withstand what they have. Well, yeah, they're coming up on ults, but you have 3 ults of your own, right? This is a winnable fight. But unfortunately, your Kree walks out by himself, gets, you know, feeds your Orisa just M1s or Ws into the enemy team. Like, you can actually just watch that. Just W straight into the enemy team. Doesn't even use her shield until she's dead, until she's like 1 HP. Yeah, and now this is not a winnable game anymore. Now you just lost. Because now it's a 4v6. And now you're getting to the point where you really have to touch. So this can be like staggering. While it is a team issue, I always hold whoever I'm VOD reviewing accountable for that, because staggering is something that anybody can call out and say, hey, we need to stop staggering, group up and spawn. Right? Group up and spawn. Oh, that's a crazy charge. I actually don't mind this because you have to do that, because, you know, it's a 4v6 and there's nothing you can do anymore. Your BAP died with ult up, by the way. He should have just windowed this for the Bastion to try to get a Hail Mary playthrough. Like, if he windowed while you charged in, he actually could have kept you alive, and then the Bastion shooting through it would have turned the tide. Yeah, actually, that's really unfortunate. I think if it was like the BAP and the Bastion, if you subbed into like high-level players here, they actually could have just held that by themselves. Like, just lamp, like, window as the Rhine charges, right-click him twice, right? That's coalescence heals, by the way. So that's 134 heals per. So you'd be right at, you know, you wouldn't die. You'd be taking damage, but you're basically being cold, so you wouldn't die. And then Bastion just goes turret mode, or he can even ult. And then his ult shots do 500 damage per through the window. Or he could just, I would just turret actually. Yeah, turret here. And then they can throw the lamp right here so that the enemy team can't shoot it. And then Bastion has 8 seconds to shoot freely through the window while being immortal from here. That's, you can win with that. So that's really unfortunate. Because you landed a fat shatter too. Like, if he had been set up on the window when you shattered, everyone who shattered is dead. Alright, so that's like 3 people dead. The Rhine shield will crack in this in a couple of, like, I think Bastion does 900 DPS, so 1800 through the window. Yeah, I mean, his shield is 1600, which means his shield will literally crack in less than a second, and then he's dead in less than half a second. And then Ball's instantly dead as well. He has no shield or anything. Yeah. So now imagine if you had done that with your Orisa up and your Kree up. So like Orisa could shield that as well and add her own damage, and then Kree could also be shooting through the window. Imagine if you guys had done that, right? Easily winnable fight. Yeah, died with 2 ults. Or lost with 2 ults. Okay, so let's go to the attack round. Okay, now you're on the Zarya.
Be careful out there. Check this out.
Okay, good first set of bubbles. Getting 70 charge out of your first bubbles is really good value here. Oh. Okay. Okay. So on attack, your Rhine is gonna have less shield resources than the other Rhine because he has to use the shield to push up here. So him taking the other Rhine out of the fight, also you should have better spawns for first point. So I think this map actually is maybe one of the only maps where it should be even spawns, so they should get back in this at the same time. So this is actually kind of favorable for you. Wait, why is your Mercy here? Your Mercy Guardian Angeled after a Rhine who was charging off the map. Okay. Man, it's hard doing VOD reviews here because your teammates are just brain dead. Please tell me that Mercy doesn't die. Okay, good bubble to save her. So here, see how low that Zarya is? And you're high charge. You need to play aggro here. Like as soon as your Rein charges off, you need to just be up here. Like you shouldn't be back here in these boxes. You need to be on this corner. And you could burst this Zarya down, just beam her a little bit and then right click and just burst her down. She's got no personal, you watched her use it. So that's a failed opportunity there to capitalize on killing that Zarya. That's another failed opportunity on killing that Moira. You could just right click her from here and a couple of right clicks would finish her. Even through the Mercy heals. First right click would almost kill her, second right click would kill her. So in Zarya v Zarya, if the other Zarya bubbles, I don't shoot the bubble, I just reload. I just spend that time reloading because there's no point feeding her energy here. To be fair, at higher SR, the DPS, I would have just called to just kill her, and the DPS would have we would have just shot her bubble and killed her here, like just broken the bubble and killed her. Your Mercy is yellow beaming a full HP Lucio who has self heal instead of healing you. The only tank left standing who's at low health. Okay, now she's healing you. You needed to play way more aggro here. I don't think you quite realize that you're actually in a good position here. You're in a favorable position here. You missed two opportunities at least to kill that Zarya and one to kill the Moira. And your Rein's back, so you need to push. I mean, their Rein's back too, so. Okay, and again, the Hanzo gets a random kill. Okay, nice pressure on the Rein. If your mouse is not on the target, I would just not beam there because you're using up ammo that you would otherwise, like you're just having to reload more because you still have your beam turned on when you're not actually on a target. Again, you're full charge and they're down 3 players. You need to just, the point is not, you don't think about the point right now. The point doesn't matter here. Like I know Overwatch, when I said Overwatch is an objective based game, okay, so this is so hard to explain to, okay. The objective doesn't matter until you win the team fight, right? Especially in payload, I think people don't understand that. Is like, so people will sit on the payload the whole game. That's not actually how you should play payload. Like, everyone should leave the payload to gain a favorable position, take a team fight and kill everyone, then you push the payload in the interim, is how you play payload. Same with like these kinds of situations. You shouldn't be worried about the cap. You're gonna get the cap no matter what. You have to have that knowledge, that understanding of the game, right? You just killed 3 people. You have the cap. Push forward and stagger these 3, and likely, the other team is gonna be so bad that they're just gonna start staggering the rest of the game. So you need to be really aggro here. You can kill that Zarya. Stop backing up. There's no point for you to be backing up. Just kill her. Just go around the corner and kill her. Oh, okay, she's throwing. She's throwing. Okay, your Lucio's throwing. I don't know why the fuck he would beat that. He beat it against like a 60 HP Zarya. And a Mercy who's about to die. Like, even if she was being damage boosted, she can't even kill anyone in the ground. Yeah, like your run could have just shielded and you guys didn't need to use the beat. And also, none of that would have happened if you just killed the Zarya. So here, they're just feeding you guys ults by being here. This is not a proper this is not a recontestable fight. So they're fighting. This is what I meant by you need to kill the Zarya and like the Mercy and the Moira that were hanging around here. is because if you do that, the other three just are so dumb. They just walk on point. You stagger them again, and then from there you just keep doing that to them. Hanzo's throwing by using the. So they had grab dragon, and she actually used grab. And now he used dragon. So like, oh, this is so bad, dude. This is so bad. Yeah, and like, so with payload, see how your whole team's just standing here? This is not how you play payload. You leave Lucio here, and the rest of the team needed to be in front of this choke here. Because if you don't take the choke in advance, so in this case it doesn't matter because you stagger them hard enough that they don't have time to take this choke. But if they're set up in good positions here with like their snipers on the high ground and like they're both their tanks and supports here, you can't. This becomes a really hard. Like you have to take another team fight here and commit resources to winning here, which is not good for you. So you need to take ground in the downtime while the payload's coming out. I think you could have grabbed earlier and just grabbed their tanks in and killed them. But I mean that works. Just remember, you don't always have to get a 4, 5, 6 man grab. Just grabbing 2 players is honestly just the same as grabbing 6. If anything, at this SR it might actually be better because it causes the team to start staggering themselves, as opposed to just all spawning together. So here they made the same mistake that you guys made, where they came out in the front instead of just going back this way. So you guys should be able to capitalize on that. Oh, okay. Don't mind that. Using the shatter to stagger someone is fine here. Wait, where's your team? What the fuck? Wait, what? Why did your team just all back out? Why is he walking to the cart? Oh no. Wait, what? Oh, there's a Hanzo back here getting staggered. Somehow gets your creep. Oh my god, they're so bad. Okay, you don't need to push cart until the team fight is like. The Ryan coming back here is him throwing. The Lucio was already on cart. These two fighting the Hanzo is fine, but oh man, they're so bad. That's not your fault. You were not overextended, they were actually underextended. That's so dumb. And now they hold this corner, even though you already took it from them once. Because your Ryan just gave it back up to them. Okay, random charge by the Ryan. Okay, so grab dragon is just a winning combo. Unless you have trance on your team, you can't stop that. Alternatively, if you have BAP and like Ana or something shooting through their window, you can out heal that. But yeah, beat does not counter grab dragon. It's actually you actually still die to the dragon in that. Okay. So free team fight win. Should recognize that you guys are head and ults. So wow, they're pushed up really far. The Hanzo's all the way over here. Wait, what? Your bubble usage is good. I think you just need to work on your aim a little bit, and also you switch targets really frequently instead of like just focusing one target and finishing the kill on them. I think you're just like overwhelmed at how many targets there are to shoot. But if you pick a squishy to kill, just kill them. Don't like alternate between squishies and try to do damage. So your Rein's really bad because, as you can see, this shield is about to crack any second. So all you had to do was just wait like one more second for the shield to crack and then shatter the whole team. But it actually ends up working out because the Zarya is in front of the Rein shield. So okay, oh, that he's throwing now. Wait, what the fuck? He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. He charged head first into a Hanzo, a Kree, and a Coalescence. So he's just gonna melt. Oh my god, this is so bad. It's so bad. I don't know what to say. This doesn't even look like a gold game to me. This looks like a bronze game. Like here? All he had to do was walk up and charge her into this and kill the Zarya, high energy Zarya, free kill, and then that's just a one team fight. Or like I said, it would have been better to just crack the shield and then shatter the whole team. Okay, good focus on the yeah, nothing you can do about that. Wait, how does he have another dragon already? What the fuck? Did he literally not just use dragon? Okay, yeah, the Hanzo's probably smurfing. I think he just got a lot of ult charge off of storm arrowing your Rein in the face as he charged. Yeah, good bubble usage. Grab them here. Okay. I don't mind that. I think you had so many opportunities to grab multiple times before this. Remember, they just use Coalescence, so they don't have any, and the other support is a Mercy, so they don't have anything that can keep their team up with their grab. You should be pushing hard here. No, why are you backing up? Why back up here? You're up 3 players. Well, 2 players, because your soldier ate a arrow to the face. Just now, though. Yeah, you need to push hard. I think you don't understand when you need to be aggressive. When the team is... When you're up players like this, like 6v3, you need to confirm, like, your first priority should... You can even leave the payload. Or honestly, just leave one person on payload, it doesn't matter. Because it's still a 5v3, which is... You know, you just easily clean the rest of the people up. You even have a Lucio. So here, you should have called for your Lucio to speed boost, and then you should have just killed. You should have killed these people, because the other 3 are not here. If you let them live here, like, you're actually just throwing. She's out of your range, your beam range. Yeah, now the rest of the team's back. So this just demonstrates a fundamental lack of understanding of how to play. Multiple times in this game, when you had openings to just be aggro and go in and kill people, and force a stagger, you did not use your opportunities at all, which is why this is now. I mean, you're already down on time, right? Your Rein's speeding, but somehow gets the Mercy, so that's fine. And because you didn't kill the Hanzo and the 2 supports when you had the chance, now you lose this, and likely this is gonna cost you the game as well.
I will never surrender. You have my thanks.
From the time remaining, I assume you guys don't cap, and then you fail to hold first stick of first point. Good bubble usage. Yeah, you're really trying to get that doom. Your team's shattered in the back. Okay. Alright, you're coming up on last fight and you guys have ults, so... Wait, your team is committing ults to that. So your Rein shouldn't have ulted there. Now they're nanoing the Rein. Wait. Yeah, that's not winnable. It's just 2v6, so... Oh my god. You need to... Yeah, there's... you just have to be in comms to make your teammates not do stupid things. Like, I'm sorry, there's nothing else... Like that, at this SR, is gonna be the biggest thing in winning you games. Because your team is just so dumb. At least you recognize that you have to get out instead of staggering. So like, this already indicates that you're at a way higher level of understanding than your teammates are. Because, I mean, hopefully you're calling this in voice chat though. I mean, I can see these two backing up. Yeah, you need to regroup. You wasted 2 of your ults. Luckily, the nano actually let your Reinhardt kind of charge his ult again, but again, you wasted 2 ults there, so now you're probably gonna lose. Instead of 4 ults, you're gonna have to do 2. You need to grab here. Wait, you stayed alive during that somehow. Oh no. I think you could have killed that Hanzo. It wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. So one thing I'm noticing is like you're having problems tracking, and I think I might be wrong, but it looks to me like your mouse sensitivity is very low. If you're only playing tanks and you don't really play DPS, I would actually consider upping your sensitivity to something relatively high, because most of the tanks, they don't really need, like, aim is not the end all be all of playing tanks, most tanks at least. Being able to flick around is more important. So if you do play on low sensitivity, that might be something you want to consider. Your Rein should go ball here to touch, like flank right side or something. Your soldier ulted and immediately ate an arrow to the face. DPS diff. Oh. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Should be right clicking there, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, I don't have that much critique for you. Well, okay, the biggest issue I see here is you not recognizing when to be aggro. So three specific moments, okay? Here. No, earlier than this. Yeah, so like this whole fight that dragged on for like a whole minute, you had ample opportunity to kill that Zarya, ample opportunity to kill that Moira, and then after this fight, like, should have already been won for a long time, like here, or even forward. Here, why are you there should be, you shouldn't even be pressing W on your keyboard here. Or I'm sorry, S. You should only be pressing W. And you know what? As much as dumb as your teammates are for their random ult usage and bad positioning and generally just not knowing how to play, the other team is clearly just as bad, right? Because they grabbed here, they get dragoned here. Like the other team is just as bad. So all things considered, that should even itself out over the course of these games. So if you just fix your own problems, it should be statistically significant and you should climb. Yeah, you should have been like, this is, by the way, this is the other 3 that died first coming back on point now because you didn't stagger them, or you didn't stagger the, you know, the second trio. Okay, so that moment you should have cleaned up those stragglers, and then this moment you should have cleaned up these stragglers. Look at all the time you spent not pushing. Alright, so you grab. You get their, look, both tanks down. Their McCree, I think he dies right here. Okay, so here you look back, you walk backwards. And here, you're not pressing W, you're like going side to side. It's just a Hanzo. The other 2 don't even do damage, right? Mercy's just beaming, so she doesn't do any damage. This adds 50 DPS, it's negligible, it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, you just had to call for speed boost or something, and then kill these people. One thing I was also going to point out at the beginning is, well, for the attack round.
No pain, no gain. Let's get you
When you play on tank, the first thing you always need to consider before the first fight of any game, of any map, is your support composition, and then your enemy's team composition. So for example, here you have Lucio and Mercy, right? So this is high utility but very low heals. You have almost no healing with this comp. So off the bat, you should be thinking, okay, what we have to do is you have to leverage the speed boost and the res, because those are the 2 most powerful abilities. And then so you should be thinking about your team comp. And then remember, 15 seconds into the game, you can look at the other team's comp. And on most maps like this, right before you start your first engage, is the 15 seconds. So here, I would just wait. I would just sit here and I would press tab, and then be like, okay, what do they have? Okay, they match the Ryan Zarya. They've got the Kree as well. So Hanzo instead of Soldier. So Hanzo and Soldier are pretty much basically the same role of DPS. And then they have Mercy and Moira, right? So you need to, so the Mercy is the same, it's mirrored, but you have a Lucio instead of a Moira, which means that you're gonna get a lot less heals, but you have the speed boost. So at this point, you need to realize right now that if we want to win, we need to get enough utility out of Lucio that it matches or exceeds the utility that that Moira gives you, that Moira gives the other team. Which is basically, you need to speed boost in and run them down before the difference in healing becomes more and more apparent over time in the fight. Right? So that's the kind of style that you should already be thinking about playing if you have a Lucio, and you need to be calming with the Lucio to call for speed boosts as you need them. And then, yeah, and then in moments like that last one, you would have been able to stagger those 3 people and get your
I will never surrender.
yeah, and get the cap there at least. You definitely would have capped. You could have capped with less time, but you would have capped. Yeah, so I hope this helped, and yeah, and feel free to reach out if you need more help.